In a vibrant city of Lagos, two sisters lived under the same roof but walked different paths. Kemi and Tola, identical in face but not in heart. Where Kemi walked in heels and designer perfumes, Tola moved with quiet grace and the scent of home-cooked meals. Kemi craved the limelight, parties, photo shoots, and connection with Lagos elites. Tola worked at a local orphanage, her joy found in laughter of children and the calm of honest labor. I was born first. If there is a rich life to be lived, it's mine to take. Let Tola waste her life on prayer and pity parties. But fate had its own sense of humor because Chuka Nwosu, heir to the Nwosu fortune, young, powerful, and deeply spiritual, had his eyes on Tola. He wanted a wife who knew God, not Gucci, and that made Kemi furious. Jealousy doesn't bloom overnight. It festers slowly until it becomes a weapon. And that night, as Kemi watched Tola laugh softly on the phone with Chuka, she made a decision. If she couldn't win him honestly, she would take him dishonestly. The night before Tola's traditional introduction ceremony to Chuka's family, the air was heavy with excitement, at least for Tola. But for Kemi, it was the night her twisted dream would come alive. Inside their shared bedroom, Tola is holding a cup of tea. Thank you, Kemi. I can't believe Chuka's family is coming tomorrow. You deserve the word, sis. Drink up and get some rest. She watches Tola sip the tea laced with sleeping herbs. Within minutes, Tola collapsed into a deep sleep. Kemi dragged her gently to the spare room, locked the door, and took a deep breath. Kemi is standing in front of the mirror, wearing Tola's coral beads and gele. Kemi smiling. Don't worry, sister. I'll take good care of your destiny. She had studied Tola for weeks, her walk, her voice, even her shy smile. Now it was show time. Elders gathered, drums playing softly. Kemi, disguised as Tola, knelt before Chuka's mom and served palm wine with grace. She spoke only when spoken to, nodding respectfully, never breaking character. Her performance was flawless. Chuka watched with admiration. In her eyes, he saw the humility he had prayed for. In her silence, he saw peace. And Tola, still locked in the shadows, unaware her future has been stolen. Kemi, now Mrs. Tola Nwosu, was living the dream. Private chefs at her beck and call, diamond necklace glittering on her neck, and first-class trips to Paris and Dubai. She had everything except the patience to keep playing sweet. Chuka, gently noticing her attitude. You've changed, Tola. You never used to raise your voice. Kemi rolling her eyes, voice sharp. Maybe I was never who you thought I was. Chuka stared at her, confused and hot. The cracks in the perfect wife arts were widening fast. Meanwhile, the wee Tola stared awake on a hard mattress. Her head throbbed. Her dress was gone, her phone missing. She looked around the strange hotel room in panic. Where am I? What happened? Her last memory was sipping tea. Then nothing. She didn't know yet. Her twin had stolen her life. Tola had nothing, not her clothes, not her name, not even her identity. But what she did have was heart. A compassionate widow, Mama Ireti, found her wandering barefoot and broken. She took her in, fed her, and gave her an old sewing machine. With trembling fingers and blurry memories, Tola began to stitch her life back together, one thread at a time. Tola staring at herself in the mirror, her voice firm. Tola to herself, she took everything from me, but I am going back for it all. Bit by bit, her memories returned. Kemi's voice, the tea, the lies. Then came the day she picked up a newspaper and saw a photo. A headline showing Mrs. Tola Wilson at a charity gala. It was her own face on someone else's life. Tola's eyes flashed with anger and clarity. Kemi, you lied to the wrong sister. Palace Kemi built on lies began to collapse brick by brick. News broke. Major investors are pulling out. A leaked audit revealed corruption in the Woso's group top deals. All fingers pointed to one name, Kemi Woso. Kemi handing over envelope to Shadi contractor. She thought she could cut corners, play the game and still win. But now the game was playing her. Kemi pacing the marble living room, heels cracking nervously. Kemi pleading, Chuka, I was trying to protect us. I did it for you, for us. Chuka enters slowly, his expression unreadable. He holds up a photo, the real Tola standing beside Mama Ireti, taken by a private investigator. Chuka, you are not the woman I married. You never were. For the first time, Kemi realized she had won the wedding but lost the man, and soon she will lose everything else too. At a high-profile charity gala in Lagos, where the elite mingled, all was calm until she walked in. Tola steps into the hall, glowing in a simple but stunning Ankara gown, her head held high. Whispers rolled across the room like a wave. Isn't that? But she vanished. Camera pans to Kemi mid-speech on stage, clutching a mic and wearing a dazzling sequin gown. Her face dropped. Kemi, Tola, you are supposed to be gone. Tola walks to the front, graceful but unshaken. She holds up a tablet. Tola, voice steady. I'm not just back. I'm here to reveal the truth. She played the voice recording, Kemi's own voice from years ago, captured on a forgotten tablet left behind at Mama Ireti's. She's too soft. She doesn't deserve that life. I just borrowed her face for a while. In one moment, the mask fell and the world saw the difference between stolen destiny and earned grace. The headlines screamed like sirens. Twin swap scandal shocks Lagos. Socialite sister used fake identity to marry billionaire. Justice for Tola, the woman behind the lies. Kemi was arrested on charges of identity fraud, corruption and psychological abuse. Once a face of glamour, now stared back at the world, empty and exposed. Chuka sits across from Tola, no guards, no reporters, just raw emotion. Chuka, gently, eyes filled with regret. I married the wrong woman, but you were always the right one. Tola looks down, breathes deeply, then she meets his gaze, strong, calm, and changed. I forgive you, but I'm not anyone's second chance. In a world that often rewards deception, Tola chose dignity over desperation, and in doing so, she reclaimed far more than a name. She reclaimed her voice. Kemi lost everything, her freedom, her designer life, and the masks she wore for so long. Behind bars, she faced the silence she tried to fill with lies. But Tola gained something far more valuable: peace of mind, a renewed sense of purpose, and a voice that could no longer be silenced.